Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're in the Porsche 963, the GTP, this time in Mexico City Grand Prix layout for yet another track guide. Now, for the open setup version of this, if you want to race the exact setup being used by Gianni Lutzu here, you can go to our Patreon page or the website that's being shown in the bottom right side of the screen. Also, if you want to improve your own skills and get coaching from the #1 rated coach on iRacing, Gianni Lutzu, 10,000 iRating. He's a full-time driving coach. He's a real-life racing driver, and he's a setup god. You can check out his website, lutzudriverperformance.com. So here we are, smashing it down the incredibly long straight in our debut of the Porsche GTP on my channel. Very exciting. Right, first braking marker is going to be the 5, initially braking up to 70%, down to first gear, back on the gas, over to the right hand side, lightly on the brakes, back on the gas and first, just to lift as we go through that second bit. Head over to the right hand side, and what we're looking for is just after that 2 marker, again on the brakes up to 70%, down to first gear, cut that corner, stay over to the left hand side, lightly on the brakes, back on the gas and first. Up to second gear, now we come off the curbs, trail it off, back on the gas between the 2 apeces there. Head over to the right hand side. Our braking marker is going to be where that shadow is, but it's just after the porta potty, obviously because it's overcast, all the sun's in a different place. Stay in third gear, back on the gas, over to the left hand side, lightly on the brakes again, back on the gas in third, cut this corner, exit nice and wide, head back over to the left hand side without hitting the wall. Now we're going to brake just before the curbing here on the left, and again, instant up to 70%, back on the gas in second, straighten out on that curb, on the brakes, longer this time, down to first gear. Now we're going to jump that curb with our right hand tyres, on the gas in second, drop it back down to first. Final corner, a lot of patience on throttle. And over and across the line he goes in a... whatever it was, a 1:32.5. Right, breakdown lap coming up next. Right, here we are for the breakdown lap. Very fun car to drive, this. Right, first braking marker is going to be this 5 coming up here. So as you can see, 5 still showing. He's started applying the brakes. He goes instantly up to 70%. Wipes that speed off. Now he's going to start turning in just before the 1 marker, drops it all the way down to first, just clipping the curbing without hitting the yellow sausage curb. Back on the gas, over to the right hand side. If you see, he doesn't ever get up to 100% as he goes through there, and he gets on the brakes only up to about 6%, again just to change the balance of the car, get the weight over the front tyres so that they bite into the pavement, well, the asphalt. On the gas in first, and again he doesn't reach up to 100% before the apex, before turning in for turn 3. Just a little lift and then back on the gas. Exits nice and wide, a little bit of counter steer there, slippy on the exit. Right, for the next corner, we're looking at this 2 marker coming up on the right hand side. So as you can see, he's on 70% before he gets there. Again, wiping that speed off, slight trail off, and now the trail off gets in, or increases, gets back on the gas in first gear, and again, he doesn't put it all the way up to 100%. I know that's what a lot of people do, including myself. This is the reason why he's better. On the brakes up to about 15-20%, just get it turned in, back on the gas, patience on throttle application. Up to second gear, he's going to start braking as soon as the car's settled from jumping over this curve. There you go. On the brakes up to 45%, trail that off, back on the gas in between the 2 apexes. Still not worked out whether it's apeces or apexes. Let me know in the comments. Right, you see this porta potty here. Basically, once that disappears from my view, that's when I start getting on the brakes. So as you can see, it's gone now. He's on the brakes up to 45%. Trails that off, picking back up on the gas at the apex in third. And this is how wide you can be to cut this corner here. Lift and just on the brakes to about 15% to go through here. Difficult to get that nose turned in. Now on the brakes up to about 18%, he's going to hold that, picking back up on the gas at the apex in third. And he's absolutely flat through here. Right, we're going to start braking here. So it's what, 2-3 car lengths before the curbing on the left-hand side. And again, holds it around 70%. Gets back on the gas in second. He is actually jumping over that yellow sausage curb. Oh, no, he isn't. He actually managed to thread his wheel between the sausage curb and the curb. Very handy. Now we're going to leave it in second, but we're going to start braking once we get into the shadow here. So sort of mid-track, 2/3 of the way across, as you can see now. And he goes up to 45%, long trail off, down to first, get it turned in. He's got a hell of a lot of lock on there, so he's got to be very, very careful with throttle application. Little lift as we go through. Up to second gear, and now he's going to instantly start braking once he's at this curb. Reaches a peak of 35, down to first, back on the gas. But he holds it at around 80% because he doesn't want that back to kick out. Now he gets up to 100%. And over and across the line, as I say, in a 1:32.5. Right, we've got one final version.